For today's video, I'm going to share my experience about moving a dead body. Yep. Let's cycle back so I can tell you the full story of what happened. While doing service for my Christian faith out in South Africa, I went and visited this hospital with this woman. She was already in really bad health. We met with this Christian lady a couple of times just to be there as a support and a comfort, as she was in a lot of pain and she was nearing her death. It didn't help with the type of treatment that people get in public hospitals in South Africa. Now that's different than the private hospitals. A lot of the people from the townships don't want to go to the public hospital because they don't know if they're going to return. We went and visited this woman in the hospital, and then like a week later, we visited her at her house with friends and family. I heard a little bit of what happened in the hospital, how she fell and hit the back of her head, and she wasn't feeling well. Then fast forward a week later, we find out she has passed away, and apparently in the hospital, some nurses had moved her and they dropped her and she fell on the concrete and smacked the back of her head. Yeah, it sounds like a good, safe place to bring living people who have a death wish. I was asked to attend the funeral service for this woman. Me and my companion that I was with, we went to the funeral home, and some of the women in the church dressed the body and made it look presentable. And then they came out and asked us to lift her body up and put it in the casket. Obviously, I'm not going to say no to this. I go in the back room where this woman, who last time I saw her was a living human being, now is just this shell of a person. She's on this metal slab. We all gather around her and we have to stick our hands underneath to pry her up off of the table, and her body's moist. Ugh. So we lift the body up, and this woman is not light. She's a heavier set woman. So we lift the body up, we get it over to the casket, we put the body in. We don't put her in correctly. So when we put the body in, she's turned sideways like this with her mouth wide open. Freaking out in my head. I can see part of where she smacked her head in the hospital, and it's like red and inflamed and everything, and a little bit open, and ugh. We have to turn the body like a rotisserie chicken and get her in there correctly. So we scoop up the body in the casket, which is more difficult because we have to get our arms down in there, and we finally get her in place. This memory will always stay with me. So on that note, have a happy Halloween.